Today, I just wanted to talk about a few tips for property negotiation. I'm a property investor here in Australia, and my name is Thomas O'Regan. I make these videos to help people get a little bit educated on investing in property. So, negotiation is a big part of property investing. It's not like stocks; you don't just buy them like that. There's a bit of an art to the negotiation. And when it comes to negotiation, you really have to sequence the negotiation. You have to take it in steps. And what I mean by that is I like to ask in terms of once the contract, okay, so you purchase the property, there's negotiation that happens before you purchase the property, and that's around the purchase price. And then the negotiation doesn't actually stop there. And then what I actually wanted to talk about today was the negotiation that happens after you sign the contract. And just to be frank, that the time when I get the biggest discounts or when I have the best results from my negotiation is generally after the contract is signed. Now, I'm going to give you an example here. Generally, when after I have a contract signed, there is a 3 day cooling off period, and any little things that small things that I can negotiate in that period, I will. For example, I always like to negotiate in the marketing photos. If the property was sold with marketing photos that look great, I want those marketing photos for free, which can potentially cost anywhere from $300 to $500. So that's a $300 $500 discount there. Also, I want to negotiate in usually early access to the property, and early access for advertising the property and getting tenants to inspect the property. That's what I want to have early access for to the property. Now, that happens, those things happen after the property, after we have signed on the contract to purchase the property. Now, when I say little things, get the little negotiation things done, that's what I mean. And it kind of has to be done in that order, because if, for example, you have something that comes up that's a lot bigger that you need to negotiate on, all that other little stuff will fly out the window. So I like to get in writing a confirmation on all the little stuff first, and then I move into the big things that could potentially be deal breakers if we were to purchase the property. So what is a big thing? Like, for example, I'm not a building inspector. I don't understand construction to a deep level. I can see at a very surface level, like, if there's an issue with a property or not, but I don't know, like, in terms of structurally and internally, I can't see that stuff that a trained professional will see. So for example, I've had a lot of properties lately that have water damage and they have leaks behind the walls which you can't really see. And I it's not like I like to be you know ignorant, but it does kind of come across better in negotiation to be ignorant, because when that building and pest report comes through and there is an issue, we make it seem like it's a huge drama, and sometimes it is a huge drama. But for example, if a bathroom has water damage behind the wall, and we need to renovate the whole bathroom, that might cost, you get a quote, but it might just ballpark, it might cost around $15,000. So effectively, whatever price we were going to pay on the property, we were good with if everything was fine, but everything's not fine. The bathroom needs a full renovation. So effectively, we should be getting either compensated. The vendor should be fixing the bathroom issue, or they could just, much easier most of the time for them just to pay us 15 grand. So that's how I do my negotiations. I knock off all the little things first, and then I roll into the big thing. And even if I do know about the bathroom issue, like maybe if I am sitting on the building and pest inspection report and I do know there's an issue there, I might not even bring it up until they've agreed first to the first points, which would give them a small discount. And ultimately, they may just say no. We are not giving you a $15,000 discount. We do not want to do that. That's fine. They don't have to do that, but they should know that if they just to take the property back to market, another potential buyer will just find the same issue and they'll have the same problems. So if that's good for them, and ultimately, you know, it's totally up to you as the purchaser whether you want to proceed and take on that risk of you know, potentially having to do a bathroom renovation. So, you know, you just, whatever you see, whatever happens in the due diligence period that you are not aware of, you know, you should seek compensation for it from the person you're buying the property from. That's a little bit about negotiation, and hopefully that helped. If you like this video, just obviously give me a like and subscribe, please. Thanks, guys. Bye.